Hello, it's Mike Levin from MikeLevinSEO.com, and we're in the Gropey project in GitHub. And the last thing we did is we identified the row ones as we spun through two different spreadsheets, one from a CSV file, the other from Google Docs. And we recognize row one because it contains the names of candidate functions or arguments and parameters. So we've got a param1, a param2, a func1, and a func2. So I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm going to review these functions that we're actually trying to detect here. And these are some leftover names from when we were using the Monty Python examples. So I'm going to make func2 require param1 and param2. You might say, why lowercase when it's upper and lowercase there? Well, there's some things I remember from GData about having to lowercase title column titles, and I'm just doing that for being cautious. Okay, this pass doesn't apply here anymore, but we should be able to actually edit out the commenting. All the premises of what I did here before are still absolutely valid, and I guess it's time for a review. I'll get rid of the gotcha again. We create a FARGS dictionary object, and then we step through, I'll have to change the language here, we step through the items in the row, and if we detect the item in the row is also the name of a global function, we make that into the key of a dictionary, and then it's a key to a whole nother dictionary. So this is a dictionary of dictionaries type situation. And then we get the signature for the function, and then we step through each one of the parameters that's found in the signature, and the signature is basically what comes after def function name. So do functions has its own signature here, which is just arrow that has no default. But for each item, it might have nothing, or it might have an empty default, or it might have a default filled in with a word, like here. Or that should have been just the word highlighted, but you see the point. And by the time you're done, you've got a dictionary of dictionaries, which lets you pull all the required arguments for any function name. And I think I do want this print fargs here. Gotta watch your indents. That lines up with this here for item and I guess it should line up with this next indent in, because, oh no, there's only one fargs object. We want to show the whole object once at the very end. Now before I run it, I have to change some of the nomenclature here. It's not for item in all rows 0. Everywhere where all rows 0 occurs, which is only these two locations, should instead be a row. And it should be for f name in a row. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else that needs changing. This should do it. We should get a dictionary of dictionary printed out once for each spreadsheet, which is a key of required parameters. Let's see what mistakes I've made. Hey, I have not made mistakes. Function 1 has an empty dictionary. Function 2 has a dictionary consisting of param1 none, that is no requirements. Status is okay, and param2 empty. So that's right, we have a none, an empty, and an okay. And again, dictionaries are not order dependent, and they don't have a a native sort order. So it's okay that this is coming out in a different order, which is actually advantageous because later on, as I evaluate each cell, I don't want any order dependency at all. Each time I look at it, I'm going to look at, is that a function? Does it have required parameters? And do those required parameters occur anywhere on this row, even after the cell, so that there's not a lot of order dependency as far as left, right, and scanning each row. So that was very successful. We're getting very close to replacing those question marks. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon.